beautiful cap. Look at this. So it's one of those vintage, and it's going to have a picture with it on. So let's start doing this. This is called Whitsunday. That's the yarn. This is the one that has the colors. That's what I did this with. And now I'm going to do it with another one. It's the same yarn, but I'm going to use another one. So this is what we're going to be doing, and the instructions are going to be on the net. We do our slip knot, the same as always, or starting one. So now you can either do 1, 2, 3, 4 chains and connect them, and do your 12 double crochets within that in there. Or what I like to do is a magic loop, which is you put your fingers across 2 times, your yarn, 1 and 2, and Anna has that in one of the videos. She did this when she did the hearts, but let's do this again. 1 and 2. So you go into the back of your fingers, the second loop, pass it across, and there you have it. Now we're going to do our 12 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3 chains up, and that one counts as the number 1. And now we go 11 more, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So the advantage of doing the magic loop is that you can adjust it. So this is the end, and you pull at that, and so this becomes very small, and now you can slip stitch into your third chain that you made. So we're going to do slip, slip, and there we have it. We have our 12 double crochets, and the next row is going to be, that's my number 1, 2 chains up. It's 3 only at the beginning, but we're going to be going into in between your stitches, not on the chain that is up here, but in between your stitches, like right there. So we're going to do another double crochet on this one. So the chain up counts as 1. That is the second one. Into the same hole, we go into the next one in between your 2 stitches, and we do 2 in that one also. On the next one we do only 1. So that is the repetition: 2, 2, and 1
on each hole.
Yes, so on that means on the next hole we're going to do 2, 1, 2. On the next hole we're going to do 2, 1, and 2. And on the next one we do 1. So that's the repetition: 2, 2, and 1. 2, 2, and 1. And we go around. So here we are at the end of our second row. The first row is your 12 double crochets. This is the second row in which we're doing 2, 2, and 1. And now we go into in between those two at the beginning, and we slip and slip. So now next row the repetition is going to be 2 1 2 1 1. So let's make sure of this. Here we have our 12. After your second row you have 20, and then on the third row we're going to do 1 and 2. Remember that your 2 chains up count as 1, so we have 2 in that hole on the first one, and we do 2. No, we do 1. So it's 2 1 2 1 1. So we have 1 and 2 and 1 and 1. And here we do, oops, 1 2 1 1 2 1 and 1. So here again we have 1 2 1 1 2 1 and 1. So let me tell you what, it's easy to see what you're doing, because on the V on the row before there's a V there where you did the 2. That's where you do 2. And where there's no V you do only 1. Where there's V you make 2. So it's easy to know. So let's go 1 2 1 1 2 1 and 1. So that's our third row. The repetition is 2 1 2 1 1, and we end with 28 stitches, 28 double crochets. So we close it. Row number 4, we are going to do 2 1 1 2 1 1 1. So let's do that. 1 and 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 and 1. Again on this row we're going to do 2 where you have your V, and so it's easy to tell where you need to make 2, because you make 2 on where you have the V where you did the 2 before. So we have 1 2 1 and 1 1 2 1 1 and 1. So that's the repetition. Very easy, and I'll see you when this row is done. So we're going to close this row. Next row, the repetition is going to be 2 1 1 1 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the row that we just made, the row number 4, you end with 36, and the row number 5 will be 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, oops, 1, 1, and 1. So we're going to have those instructions written down, but please remember that the 2, it says 2, and then 1, 1, it means this repetition, and the repetition on row number 5 is 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I'll see you at the end of this row. Now I'm going to close this row, and please remember that this is an F hook. We're going to have it in the instructions. Okay, so I have my chain up, and we're going to do row number 6, in which the repetition is 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That means 2 and 1, 1 and 2. And it shows where you have your V, that's where you make your 2. Right in there and right in there. So please look at those. And so here we have that 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and here we have our 2, 1 and 2, and now we have 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1, and here we have 2, 1 and 2. So that's where our repetition is. It is 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And that is, and I'll see you at the end of this row. So this is the end of our row number 6. We're going to go in there, pass, and pass. So we are on row number 7. We do our 2 chains up, and row number 7 is 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That means 1 and 2, and then 5 times single ones. So 5 times 1, that's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. Those are my 5 single ones, and I do a double here, 1, 2 double crochets, and then 6 double crochets, 1 in each one. That's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's review that. Row number 7 is 2, and then 5 double crochets, 1 in each one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next one is 2 on the same hole, and then there's 6 double crochets, 1 in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's the repetition on row number 7. And I'll see you at the end of it. So this is row number 7. We're going to close it, go in there and in there. So row number 8, we're going to do 2 double crochets and 14 double crochets, 1 in each one. That means 1 and 2, and now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And that is a repetition. And of course you can see where you have your 2, that's where you do your 2, but that's the repetition. You do 2 in 1, and then 14 single double crochets. So that means 1 in each. And I'll see you at the end of this row. This is the end of row number 8. And we go in there and close and close. So row number 9, we're going to make 2 double crochets in the same spot and 15 double crochets, 1 in each of these holes here. So let's do that. We have our 2 chains up, and we make another one, so we have 2 there, and we're going to make our 15. And of course you're going to see that we do our 2 and the same that we had the other 2. So I have 1, 2, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oops, and 15. And that's a repetition. We do 2 on the same one and 15, and then of course that's our V for the next repetition, but that's what the instructions are. So I'll see you at the end of this row. We're closing row number 9, which was make 2 in the same spot and 15. So now we're going to go on row number 10, and this is the last row in which we add stitches. So on row number 16 we make 2 in the same hole, and then we're going to make 16 double crochets, 1 in each one. So I have 2 in the same hole, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And that's the repetition. 2 on one hole and 16, one in each. And I'll see you at the end of this round. So this is the end of our row, and I lied. It is not the last one that you add stitches. We still have 2 more rows to add stitches. So on the next one we have 1 and 2, and then 17 single ones, 1 in each one of double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And that is the repetition. That is 2 and the 17. And you repeat that all around. And let me show you how now it is going down a little, because we are not adding on each one of the ones. We're adding less on each row. So it's now going down a little, and I will be showing you what to do later after we finish our increased rows. And we repeat this, and now we'll be back on our next row. This is row number 11 when we close, and row number 12 we do 1 and 2 on the same one, and 18 double crochets, 1 in each one. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
You're so fast.
15, 16, 17, and 18. The reason I'm doing it fast is because we want to do the whole cap today. So that's the repetition. You make 2 in 1, 18, 1 in each one, and you repeat all around, and I will see you when this is done. So on row number 12 we are going to close, and we have 88 stitches around. So it's logical because we have 2 there, plus 18, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80. So it's 80 in total. So now we're going to measure this, because this is for a person that measures 22 inches around the head. So from the center of my work to the end, there's 4.5 inches. So let's measure it everywhere. So from here to the end, there's 4.5 inches. There we go. So now we are not going to add stitches any longer. We're going to do our work straight. And let me tell you that if your head measures less, please do the last row or the last 2 rows not adding any stitches. So that means you're going to have less stitches all around. And if the head is bigger, please add another row of increased stitches. That means that on every
On
2,
row number 10.
yeah, you make 2 more. No, this is row number 12. That means on row number 13 you make 2 more on the ones that are 2, and you're going to end up with 84. But if your head is smaller, do not make the last row or the last 2 rows, because
That means
here we
11
increase.
and 12 or just 12.
That means 11 and 12. You are doing only 2 and 16, and then from then on you do not add any more.
So you keep crocheting the last row over and over and over.
Yes, because that's
same
what we're going
pattern.
to be doing now.
The same pen.
This is what we're going to be doing now. So if you are not doing the last 2 rows because your head is smaller, you keep not doing any more increased rows, and you start doing what I'm starting to do now. So again, this is for a person that is 22 inches around the head, which Anna is, and it fits me too. I have a smaller head, but it fits me too. So from now on, we do not increase any, and we go around and making 1 in each one. 1 in each one all around, and we have 80. We have 80 stitches around, and just every time you finish a row, slip stitch.
So the increases happen when you crochet the 2 on the first one.
Those increases happen
Yes.
here,
On
and
when
the
you start.
increases happen in up to this row, up to row number 12, in which you are making 2 where the 2 are.
Yes, that's what I. The first 2 that you crochet.
And not only the first 2, so the repetition is 2 and then 16,
You're
and then
adding
2
one.
and 16, and then 2 and 16. So on the last rows, you're adding 4 stitches on every row. Okay, so let's finish this cap, and I'm going to finish this row, tell you how we do our slip stitch, the same as always. I do not go around and around and around and around like a lot of people do. I really like to be very specific of where my rows end, my rounds. Again, this is row number 13, but we're not increasing any on this one. So we slip, we make our 2 chains up, and then we do 1 on each one. And again, this is 4.5 inches to the end of the row that we increased. That's from here to here. Of course, we increased more at the beginning, but then we're going to have all written down. But then now we're going to go around each without adding any stitches. So I will see you when I have the measurement necessary for the end of the cap. Okay, so I did one on each 7 rows. So I did not increase, and I put a marker on the one that I did the last increase, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. And I did it on the other side just in case, because I wanted to make sure. That's the increase one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 rows of not increasing, and it's looking like so. And this will go down to maybe the start of your forehead or a little bit less. So from now on, I am going to make ribbing, and the ribbing that I am going to make is 2 stitches on the back of your post. That one counts as 1 back because it's going to go toward the back, and this is the second one. The second one, in order to make a back post double crochet, you go in there, pick it up to the back, and pinch it because it's easier to do it that way. So now I have 2. So that counts as 1, and that's 2. And now I'm going to make 2 to the front, and that is 1 and 2. So let's repeat that so it's clear. I make 2 toward the back, and I go there and pick up that one, the whole post, toward the back. I pinch it because it's easier, and I do my double crochet, and that's 1, and I do a double crochet on this one. I pinch it. Let's do that again. So I pinch it, and that's my other double crochet. So it's 2 toward the front, 2 toward the back. I start with 2 in the back, and that's 2 in the front, and that's 2 in the back, and let's do 2 in the front.
On the same post, or?
1 on each post.
Oh, 1 on each post. Okay.
So again, that's my next post. I do a back one.
So 1 double crochet on each post.
Yes.
Okay.
2 toward the front, 2 toward the back. So that's 1.
2 what?
Double crochets. So
Oh.
that's 2 double crochets in the back. Again, that is the beginning, and I do my 2 chains up, 1 back post double crochet, and that will give me 2 toward the back, and then I do 1 and 2. So I do 1 front post double crochet, another front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet, another back post double crochet, 2 toward the back, and 2 toward the front, and 2 toward the back. So that makes my ribbing, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks like that. That is 1, 2, front post double crochets. Those are my 2 back post double crochets. This is the way it looks toward the back. Those are the 2, and then I do 2 front post double crochets and 2 back post double crochets. So that's what it looks like, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So this one counts as the last one, the 7th, because you don't do anything on that one. So this is the first row of front post and back post rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. And let's repeat that. I'm going to start from where we started. So it's 1, you do a front or back post, 1 on each one. So we have 1 back post double crochet, and another one. We go to the next, we do a back post, and then we do a front post, and another front post. So there we have it. It starts the ribbing, and that's the way it's done. And you do your 5 rows like that all around. And of course, when we come to here, I will show you what to do. This is the last row of our front post and back post ribbing, and we close it. And of course, this is going to be our first back one. Again, we do another back one, and we continue. We do front ones, front post on the front post, which is that one. 1 and 2 and 2 on the back post. So you do your ribbing for 5 rows. So what I do is that I put a stitch marker on the last one that I did without front post and back post. That is my first row. I do 5 in total, and then that's it. And now I'm going to show you, this is the way it looks. That's your front post, back post section here. And now we're going to go and see how to do this. And okay, so this is the yarn that I used to do that band that goes around. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains. I go 1 up, and this is single crochet on each row. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now this is the trick. You chain 1 up, and you're going to go only on the back post of your chain, on the back strand of your chain. So that's your chain here. You go only picking up the back of your chain. So that's 1. That's my next stitch, and I go pick up only the back, 2, and only the back, 3, only the back, 4, 5 and 6. Chain 1 up and pick up only the back, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And do that on every row, and it makes it very flexible. Look what happens here. So that's the way it looks when you do the back post only. It has that edge here, and it's the same on both sides. But look what happens. Look how wonderful it, see?
It's stretchy.
It's stretchy. So I like it very much because when you have it on your head, that can accommodate for any size. So see, it goes like this. It's very nice when you have it around. So let's measure how much this is. And since the feathers are covering, let's see from the beginning, which is there. Let's measure around without stretching. So we're not stretching our band at all when we measure it. And it's 22 inches. So there we go. You can make it 20 if you want it snuggle around your head. You can do 20 or 21, which is okay. And then we put these feathers on. I bought them at the craft store, at the hobby store. And they're pretty. So I sew them on. So what you can do is that you can put your feather and get it right in there because you have holes there. Put it in there, and then you can sew the beginning with the end. You can cross it, which is what I did here. I have the 22 inches band, but it's crossing. So this is the beginning, this is the end. It's like so, and I sewed it on one side and on the other. They are overlapping about 2 inches. And then on a few parts of the band, I measured half the band, and I measured half the cap, and I sewed it on the other side, which is right there, just a little bit, picking up there, picking up there, and then I went 1/4, which is right there, and I sewed it a little bit there. I didn't sew it on the other side, and then on this side I sewed it a little bit here and none there. So it's only both sides where the feathers are and halfway, and the rest folds into place. So this is the way it looks. Isn't that pretty?
It's like a flapper style hat.
Yes, very.
From the Roaring 20s.
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you for watching us.